Hello everyone, welcome to Fuse Room. I'm Alberto. In this video we're gonna talk about MAGENTA5 by Acustica Audio. Now, as you know, we are in the Master series. We're talking about plugins that make a difference on your master bus for your final 3-5% when you're approaching the end of a production and you need that, something to make, your music better. This is no exception. I have a mix of a song that I wrote, and we're gonna try MAGENTA5, the stereo version of the EQ, on it, with and without. So let's start without and then kick it in. So as you hear, this plugin can do a lot with just a little, which is typical of that passive behavior, a tube-based equalizer that I, think comes from the Manley heritage and circuitry and design. So it's got 4 bands. You can turn them all into shelves, variable Q, different stepped frequencies, and filters. So I set it for 30 and 27K. I just gained things a little bit, down a notch because I was getting obviously more gain from the various boosts. And I think it's just a very honest and musical equalizer that I personally love for mid to low mid frequencies. It just has a tendency to hug the area where every instrument plays and boost it in a nice way. One thing I want to point out in this particular plugin is that whether or not you have the preamp modeling engaged, at the present state, at least under my testing, there's quite a change in your soundstage. There's some changes in phase, in frequency response, and it's just something to be wary of. So I just compared a simple +6 version of this mixdown with a version that has MAGENTA5, this 5T version, the stereo EQ, on, that has nothing on. The bands are all off, there's no preamp emulation, and I just started to go up with the output gain until I could get, closer to nulling. But I cannot null, and this is the closest that I could get. This means that this equalizer, even completely flat, even with all the bands down, it has a sound. I think from a mastering standpoint, however, it is something that we do have to be aware of, especially if you're mastering at a professional level. So always do these kind of tests to know what is going on within the code. And when versions come up and they're newer and they, update their plugins and stuff, try it again. All the best engineers that I know I work with spend endless Friday nights to do this. So that's my good advice on how to waste weekends. Until next time, ciao.